welcome back. Thank you for all the love on my more natural glam makeup tutorial. If you didn't see that, here it is. So today's tutorial is going to be featuring the Morphe 25A and B. These are actually back in stock today, and you can use my discount code NICOL in all caps at the checkout for 10% off. And also, not only do you guys get a really great deal with the discount codes because it's 10% off their entire website, it also helps me out and it helps support my career as well, and I really appreciate it as well, so thank you. All right, so you guys can tell I have one brow like basically done and the other one not. The reason being is because I wanted to show you kind of my new brow techniques. I feel like I'm always changing up my brows, but honestly, it just really depends on the type of look that I want to go for, and definitely a more fierce brow is what I've been loving lately. First, going in with precisely my brow pencil. This is in shade number 2. I am just going to underline my brow area first, kind of get a map out with this, and then fill in the top. So then once I kind of have that brow mapped out very lightly, I take the Benefit Brow, and that's in shade number 2 as well. And I basically just use this to outline and underline even more, kind of making it more pronounced, because I do feel like the pomade helps with that. If you want a more fierce brow, the pomade's perfect for it. And then last step, just taking the Benefit 3D Browtones in shade number 2 as well, and just kind of like fluffing this through my brows. So now taking the Nars Concealer. This one I've been using a lot actually instead of primer. This is in medium 1 custard. This is their soft matte complete concealer. Whew. So I'm just gonna take a little bit on my Urban Decay brush and just kind of swipe it on. This also helps to highlight the brow as well. And then I'm just gonna take some translucent powder.
Set that shit.
On my Morphe E48 and gonna set that shit, in the words of Nick. This is to prevent your concealer from creasing and the shadow to go on better, more smooth. So I'm gonna be using colors from both palettes. To get that transition color going, I'm gonna swoop on in with this color right here. It's perfect to my skin shade, and it'll also make it way easier later on for when we're blending. Still going in with the 25A palette, I'm going to be picking up this color and kind of going right over that transition color, just darkening it up a little bit. This is kind of like my perfect technique to making sure that everything is blended super smoothly so you get that perfect gradient effect. And I'm using my Morphe M433 brush for this. So now switching over to the 25B. This palette has a lot more mattes and just like darker colors that I want to work with for this look. So taking this guy right here, I'm going to be working it in the crease more directly and also in the outer V, kind of making it smoky. And I'm also working with my Morphe M514. Oh my gosh, you guys need this brush. It is everything. I love using it for working with like darker colors. It gives you so much control and just blends out beautifully. And you can use my discount for the brushes as well. And then I'm just taking the Morphe R40 and I'm just kind of like, this is a clean brush, and I'm just taking this and kind of like feathering everything out to just make sure it's really blended smoothly. I'm kind of a perfectionist. Switching back to the 25A, I'm going to be taking these two dark colors in the corner and applying them to my outer V and also a little bit on my lid. I really want to have that smoked out, like glamorous, classic smoky eye going on. So I'm going to be doing that and using the same brushes. And then in between each thing, I feel like it's important to say that I'm just taking this bigger, fluffier brush and like continuing to blend everything out. This is like how I literally will sit here and do my smoky eye, just blending everything out. And then I just keep going in, darkening it up in spots, taking the blending brush, blending it out. You know, it's honestly a process, and you definitely do have to have X amount of time to do this, but it'll be worth it, girl. I'm telling you. You just want to blend until your arm falls off. And then I'm just kind of like feathering it out at the end here, so making sure there's no harsh lines. With the smoky eye, you want to make sure everything is blended. That's like the most important thing. Okay, so this to me is like, I'm happy with this. It's blended out perfectly. I'm probably gonna have to go back and blend it out even more later on, but I'm just gonna do the same exact thing to the other eye and be right back. Oh, I did also want to say, you see how little product I'm starting off with? You always want to make sure any kind of smoky eye that you're doing that you are able to build up your product. You don't want to start off too dark too early because then it's going to be a lot harder to blend everything out. And don't worry if you get some on the lid, it's not a big deal. We're going to cover it up with shadow later on. So now that we're kind of like blended to perfection here, we're gonna go in with our lid color. If you wanna create a traditional smoky eye, all you literally would need to do is just add that same black shadow to your lid and everything would be perfect. I just wanna take it to the next level, maybe make it a little bit more wearable for people who wanna just dabble in smoky eyes. So yeah. Picking up the 25A, I'm taking this beautiful gold color and just going to pack that halfway through the lid. And you know, we're gonna blend it out to make sure it looks seamlessly like that black smoky eye blended perfectly to the gold. And this palette is super, super pigmented. Like, look at this gold, my God, it's so pretty. So now what I'm gonna do, like obviously you could see it stops abruptly and we don't want that. So taking the Morphe M514 and that same black shade we've been using to smoke everything out, I'm just going to start blending the shadow with the gold where it meets. Keep on blending, keep on blending. And you don't need a lot of product on your brush to kind of blend this part out. It usually, for me, especially with Morphe shadows, they're so easy to blend out. You definitely don't need a lot of product. And you can already see it's starting to look really good compared to the other eye, like it just kind of. So now I'm just gonna take a wipe and clean up that area. You wanna make sure you get off all the black that's on your face because that's not gonna blend nicely with your foundation. When in doubt, wing it out, my friends. This is the Tarteist Double Take Liner. Love this. This is like my favorite liquid liner. So I'm just gonna use it to create my traditional liquid liner look. But yeah, so I love this one. It doesn't dry out or anything like that. And feel free to add a wing or not add a wing. You definitely don't have to. All right, guys, and I'm just going to apply some Lilly Lashes. These are in the style NYC. Really love these. And I'm also using the Tarte tool to apply them. Okay, so this is the look we have going on so far. I'm going to pop on my foundation and everything else off camera. If you haven't seen my latest video, the one I talked about in the beginning with my natural everyday glam, that is my current foundation routine. So if you're interested, make sure you check out that video. So BRB. Okay, so our face is beat, girl, it's beat. So now we're gonna do the lower lash line. I'm first gonna start off with using Goldilocks from Tarte Cosmetics, and I'm just going to line my waterline with it. Sometimes I forget the technical term of things. I'm just like, I'm gonna line my inner like thing right here. And just kind of dab that in there. These are all dermatologist tested, so they're safe to use on the waterline and stuff like that. So we got that nice waterline yellow. Just kind of like mixing a bunch of the colors we already used. So like these two right here, and just kind of smoking out that lower lash line, following that same pattern we did for our smoky eye up here, just preparing it. And then now just going in with the darker colors here at the bottom and smoking out that lower lash line. And I'm using my Morphe E36 for this. This is a great precision brush for the lower lash line and if you want to do a cut crease and stuff like that. And for mascara, I'm taking the Ciate Wonderwand mascara and just applying that to the lower lashes. So for lips, I'm actually going to use this Victoria's Secret Velvet Matte. This is a cream lip stain and this is in the color Adored. I like nudes that have a little bit of pink still in them. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget the 25A and B are available today. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and I'll see you next time. Bye!